Hi, good morning. I didn't really plan on posting anything on this channel after that last video, but I found this last night, and last night my good friend Ben did a video on all of his art from high school, and I already caught it, so I found this while cleaning my room the other night, and it's one of my drawing notebooks from high school, and the fact that it's one of those spiral notebooks with lines should give you an idea of how awful it is. And I was looking through it last night, like joking about it with a friend, and I actually started crying a little bit because I just saw how bad it was and how the proportions were just so off. And I figured, let's take a good look at this. I know if I stop, it's because I feel like shit. So I don't know what those are. Those are phone numbers. So what got me into drawing was the manga and anime called Cardcaptor Sakura, and for whatever reason I decided to write down all of the Clo cards, and I think I was just trying to figure out which ones go to Kiro and which ones go to Yue. And I think I'm really glad I got out of the habit of like just drawing something and like, nope, page is dead. And here is the erase card, I believe. I love how I still know that shit after 10 years. And the talent was there, but the proportions are just so off, and I still can't draw hands. Also, yeah, I'm actually using color pencils. They're the shitty Crayola ones, though. Here's me trying to draw the fiery card. Okay, so, important thing that I feel like I need to talk about. I was going through a phase where I would draw something a little bit different and call it my own work. And I am aware that is plagiarism, thank God. I didn't really post anything on the internet back then because I didn't have a scanner, but my friend Melissa, well, I thought she was a friend, had hair like this, so I would draw her in all the Cardcaptor costumes when actually it's the song Sakura with awful hair. And as you can see how I complain about my proportions a lot. This is done by my friend named Betty. I think she's married now and has a degree. Proportions, her hair is a little off here, and I actually like that I drew these. These are something that I can actually appreciate. One of my best friends who grew up in the 80s like loved that I drew these things because it's kind of like an 80s reference to him. No idea what that is. And here we go with proportions again. Like, it looks cool, and it gets all poopy in this area. Woo, wasted page. And I think one of my problems was that I didn't really have my own art style, and I wasn't doing any original work. Which changed in the following year. I think this came from Dot Hack Sign, or Dot Hack Lives on the Twilight Bracelet. I think this is from Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. Yep, there's more of that accident right here. Another thing is that for the longest time I wanted Photoshop when I was a teenager, and I never got it. And I'm really glad I didn't get it because drawing hard copy stuff, I feel gave me the discipline to actually finish work, whereas if I had gotten Photoshop I would have been like, I suck, I'm gonna stop, and I would have wasted a good $100 to $300 on Photoshop. I can't recall what Clo card this is. I think this is either the light or the dark card. Oh, okay, here's a horrible offender to the proportion. She looks like she was doing something inappropriate with this arm. Proportions are kind of better at this one though, except for that hair. A blank page! I think this is me trying to draw a friend that I had just met in, I believe, 2006, and I never finished it, thank God. Okay, so she's not from Cardcaptor Sakura. She is from an anime called Kino's Journey, based on a series of light novels. She is killed in a pretty horrible way. And another thing I want to complain about is that I didn't know how to make mix flesh tones with color pencils back then, so that's why a lot of things are white, like the paper. This one I'm actually kind of okay with, except for the facial part, but And just so y'all know, I don't like Melissa, and I'm not friends with her anymore. I haven't talked to her in over 10 years because she kind of betrayed me. Proportions are disgusting here. I don't know who I was trying to draw, but yeah. Aside from the arms, this one is actually pretty good. Except for that head. The ears are kind of off. This arm's off. Proportions. This is the part where I started crying a lot last night, where I just saw that parts of it were good, but the proportions is just so off that I just started crying a lot. And I love Shout on Sakura. This is awful. Those proportions. Okay. So I think at the time, this is kind of like when I was trying to fine-tune my artistic abilities via impersonation and copying, and this is something I'm actually happy with. And this is from the TV show, now comic, Invader Zim, and I used to like this a lot until a friend of mine kind of ruined it for me because that's all he would talk about, and he kind of felt me up too, so I was like very creeped out, and I stopped talking to that friend for a long time. So I don't like Invader Zim as much as I did when I was young. I don't know why I was doing mathematics that day. This is like my attempt at my own personal art. And I think I was just trying to channel and merge the Jonan Vasquez art style with the shoujo anime style. And this is more original stuff. Ugh. I don't know who drew that, but I'm very happy that they drew that, because at least there's something good in here. So, Bits Crackers, I'm gonna be right back. And we're back, so I'm just gonna talk about some other stuff real fast. So, throughout all of high school, my dad, he didn't discourage my artwork, but he didn't like that I drew anime. And I wasn't sure if it was because he hated anime or he didn't want me to be an artist, but I had felt that it was more because he didn't like anime. And it's funny, the other day I was like drawing Audrey Hepburn, and he said I did a very good job, and that I could become so much better as an artist. And keep in mind that I did not go to school to study art. Art is kind of my part-time thing. And how do I put it? Losing my train of thought. I think what my dad wanted back then was to get better than doing what I was doing, and to do a better art style than the anime art style that I was doing. And I think he just saw that I had a lot of potential that I wasn't using, that I was wasting on anime and manga. And I have nothing against anime and manga. I'm sorry that I'm switching between pronouncing it manga and manga. When I was a teenager, I pronounced it manga, but somebody held a knife to my throat and told me to pronounce it manga. So there's that. And how do I put things? Yeah, art. So this is about a year and a few days ago. This is kind of me just messing around. This is a friend of mine named Francisco. This is someone cosplaying as Link. This is a very dear friend of mine. It means a lot to me. I think I was trying to draw Michelle Phan. This is obviously from the recent movie Cinderella. Not recent, well, you know what I mean. And I admit that there are still some issues that I have with drawing. Yeah, Baby Groot. Like, there's still some issues that I have with, like, proportions and stuff like that. I really like this Baby Groot. But as you can see, I have, at the very least, improved over the years. And this is stuff from a few years ago. And I see the issues in some of these drawings. I think I was trying to draw a close-up group, but just gave up. So much for getting out of that little phase of of wasting paper. I think I was trying to draw Esther Earl. And this is a self-done drawing, it's of raindrops. And another thing is, I noticed that I draw better when I have a physical reference copy and not a digital one, and I'm not sure why, because for the longest time I could draw from a computer or a tablet screen, but I just realized I do a better job when I'm drawing with the reference photo than like, oh, I'm gonna look on a computer, blah blah blah. I don't know why, and this is kind of funny. This is me just like playing around, and I like that it kind of looks scary, and I kind of made my friend laugh because like we were telling fake scary stories. And mine was like how a girl was jogging and she got to Starbucks and they ran out of pumpkin spice lattes. Ooh! And some trees. This is actually a model on DeviantArt who goes by Novatoil. And he was very happy I drew this, and I'm very happy I drew it. I think I was trying to draw Kubo's aunt, but I just gave up. I believe I was trying to draw a rosary. Audrey! So I was drawing this the other day, and she's a little off proportions, but I'm very happy with how I've done with this. Especially now that I know how to mix colors, and a little bit, I know shadows a little better. And this is Lacey Sturm. I kind of gave up on this one because I got her messed up in this area, and I just by the color pencils and color pencils and tone gray paper don't really mix, but I am happy with what was created. And whatever you do, don't use markers, because I got frustrated with hair, so I used Prismacolor markers, and it looks cool, but it bled on the other side. And yeah, and there's a lot more sketchbooks and painting books and drawing books they have in my room that I just don't feel like getting out right now. But this is kind of just me comparing myself to a teenage me, because whatever. And on the topic of creating my own art, I still draw in the anime art style sometimes. I just don't like to. Like, sometimes I'll just mix realism with anime and see where it goes from there. What was I saying again? About my own art style. I started making my own art style and started doing my own original drawings about a year after I stopped with the Card Captor Sakura ones. And I have no idea what the hard copies of those drawings are, but they are uploaded to they're on a hard drive, an external hard drive in my room. Actually, it's in my laptop bag. And it is uploaded to a Photo Bucket account too. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.